This episode of Tourpreneur is sponsored by Fair Harbor. Fair Harbor fuels the experiences of the travel industry with the most comprehensive online reservation system available for tours, activities, and attractions. Visit fairharbor.com to see why over 15,000 businesses worldwide trust Fair Harbor to better serve their customers and increase online bookings.
Welcome to the Tourpreneur podcast. Travel industry veteran Shane Whaley will take you on a journey with fellow tourpreneurs, sharing their tips, ideas, insights, and success stories to inspire you to make your tour business the best it can be. And now, here is your host, Shane Whaley.
Hello and welcome to episode 149 of Tourpreneur. This is the podcast where we flatten the learning curve for tour operators and travel professionals around the world. Today's episode is a quick one. It's a personal announcement. It's an exciting announcement, and I want you to hear this news directly from me. So I am excited, thrilled, delighted to be joining Redeam, that's R-E-D-E-A-M, as Vice President of Sales. I wanted to take this opportunity to explain some of the reasons why I've decided to join Redeem and the positive impact that it will have on Tourpreneur, because Tourpreneur is going nowhere. And in fact, by joining Redeem, it will help me take Tourpreneur to the next level. So I had quite a few opportunities come my way over the last year. I'm very grateful for that. And when Redeem came knocking, well, they're a company that I've admired for some time. I've watched their product evolution and I see the kind of industry problems that they're solving. And I feel that Redeem is making a real difference in the experiences industry. I'm very fortunate, having worked at Booking.com for many years, Get Your Guide, producing Tourpreneur. I have an extensive network. And I called various industry contacts, taught them through the Redeem opportunity, and the feedback I got was glowing. So that was a huge help in saying, okay, this is a good company. It's going places. I can make a difference there. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is contributing directly to sales growth at Redeem. Also, I am one of these people that love sales. I always have done. It's given me a great career. It's given me an excellent living. It's allowed me to travel and live in different parts of the world. And I'm always very grateful for it. You know, there's that old story of a sales guy who goes to a party and someone asks him or her, hey, what do you do for a living? And they kind of look at the floor and kick their feet and say, well, I work in sales. And the other person says, well, what did you really want to work in? For me, I always loved sales. I started selling when I was 16. And there are many reasons for that. I think other than the fact it's given me a good living and a trade, it's being able to help people and solve problems. Because if there's no problem to be solved, then there's no sale to be made, really. And joining Redeem allows me to get back in the arena. I've really missed it. Yes, I do some selling with Tourpreneur, don't get me wrong, because I've needed sponsors to be able to survive and to keep the show going. But to work with a company such as Redeem in the travel technology space, I really can't wait to get started. And there was a couple of other reasons why I decided to join as well. So Melanie, the CEO over there, said, hey, we want you to continue to publish Tourpreneur. I said, well, it's going to be tricky to work as VP of sales for Redeem and have the time to produce Tourpreneur. And Melanie said, no, we will give you that time during the week, as much time as you need to do the interviews, to write the brief. We will give you that time. That is incredibly generous. And Melanie said that she recognizes the important role that Tourpreneur has in our industry. You know, if you look at our online community, we're all growing, we're all learning, we're all supporting each other. I get numerous emails from many of you, and I tell you what, I get humbled, sometimes almost brought to tears when you write in and say, hey, it's been tough during COVID, but I love listening to your show. You've kept me going. None of my family understand the challenges of being a tourpreneur. My friends don't understand, but I can come on your group and chat with others, or I can listen to episodes with operators around the world and know that someone else is going through the same as me. And in many cases, Those people have emailed the guest on the show and had conversations. So I would not walk away from Tourpreneur. I'd go stack shelves just to keep Tourpreneur going if I had to. So again, really, really happy that Redeem are allowing me to continue to publish and produce Tourpreneur. Also, I've worked in OTAs for 20 years. As I said, Booking.com, Secret Escapes, Get Your Guide. I'm really excited to be working in a different part of the industry and to learn new skills, to learn a lot more about travel technology. Also, what was very appealing to me is, last year, I wanted to spend 3 months in Germany learning German. It's been a lifelong ambition of mine. And obviously with COVID, that was impossible. And Redeem said, hey, this is remote working. If you want to go and spend time in Germany, work in the day, go to language school at night, you do that. Again, very, very generous, very attractive and appealing to me because I want to learn German. So the opportunities for Tourpreneur, if you're listening to the show today, chances are somebody recommended it to you or you did a Google search and we came up. I don't have budget for advertising and marketing Tourpreneur. Now I'm going to be salaried at Redeem. It means I can spend the full sponsorship money I'm raising on promoting the show. So that means we can bring the content and community to many operators who are out there right now that just don't know that Tourpreneur exists. And hopefully they will come and be a part of the community and also learn and grow as a result of your interactions in the Facebook group, you coming onto the show and sharing how you've grown your business or how you've overcome nightmare situations. It is core to everything I do here at Tourpreneur, which is to flatten the learning curve. So being able to market the show will, bring us to many more operators around the world. I'm currently going through a rebrand of the site because one of the challenges I have is this is episode 149. We're going to be 150 soon. And I know if you land on Tourpreneur, it can be really tricky. If you're a walking tour company and I just want to listen to some walking tourpreneurs, it's a little bit hard. You got to go through the archive and fish out the episodes that are relevant to you. I'm working with Jeremiah and his team at Blend Marketing to make it much easier to land on the site, find curated playlists so you can find whether you are a walking tour, a bike tour, a multi-day tour, you want to listen to a Meet the ResTech episode, that you'll be able to find that easily. And obviously there's a cost to that, right? I mean, that I have to pay for that in order to get the website redeveloped. You all know the costs involved with hiring tech specialists. So I need investment for that, investment for marketing. And also there are a lot of experts out there that I want to bring on the show that charge. There are occasions where if I have a Facebook ad expert out there, are they really going to come on Tourpreneur for free and really share something worthwhile? Or they could come on, share a few snippets, get us all excited and say, hey, if you want my download, if you want to hire me, come to so-and-so.com. No, I want someone to come on the show and say, okay, these are 3 things you must do if you want to be successful at Facebook ads. Or these are the 3 things every TikTok video needs to include. Let's go deep. Let's get some real value. And I'm probably going to have to pay to get those folks on the show. This is one of my annoyances with many of the virtual events I'm seeing right now. It's the same old faces, the same old voices. And I get it. We're a year plus into this. It's tricky to keep having new guests, etc. I personally feel there's been oversaturation on the virtual event front. So I want to see experts. I want to hear from experts. I want to grow my business. You want to grow your business. And you don't want to hear some talking head come on Tourpreneur and say, oh, yeah, if you want to get local bookings, you got to, have a local marketing strategy. And, you can do that using Facebook. I have several clients doing that and they're crushing it. Well, good for you, mate. But I want to know how to do it for my business. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of a rant there, but it's been something I've been thinking of for quite some time, that's what I want to bring on to Tourpreneur. And I haven't got budget. I'm very grateful to our sponsors, don't get me wrong, but that just keeps my head above water. So by working at Redeem, I can use the sponsorship cash to actually pay an expert to come on the show and share some real value with us. The brief will continue. I might play around with the times and when that goes out. I'm certainly planning on continuing to publish episodes for Tourpreneur every week. occasionally, if I'm on the road or I'm at travel events, we may miss the odd one here and there. But so really, this is all good news for all of you at Tourpreneur, for all of you that enjoy our content. And I hope you will be excited for me as I start a new chapter in my career in the travel industry. I'm beyond excited to get started with Redeem. And here's my pledge. If ever a conversation comes up where there is a potential conflict of interest, I will either recuse myself from that discussion or register my interest and say, hey, in the interest of transparency, I work at Redeem, who do such and such. So thank you for listening to this different kind of episode at Tourpreneur. And if you want to come on the show and share with us how you've grown your business, how you've survived COVID, how you're planning for recovery, drop me a line, shane@tourpreneur.com. Always love sharing your stories here on the podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Tourpreneur podcast. Be sure to visit tourpreneur.com to join the conversation and access the show notes, including links to the resources mentioned on today's episode. This is Tourpreneur.